Hey everybody, here we are. We're playing Incubation. This was sent to me by Luma Imports, but it is actually by Synapsis Games. And I have a two-player event going on here. The player to the left will be first player, signified by this little token. Then a player to the right here will have now the chance to select one of these piles to pull a dragon egg from. If we take a closer look at these dragons, the way that these work is this is the type of dragon signified. So in this case, this will hatch a red dragon. This is the victory points it'll be worth. This is what's required in order to try to hatch it. So in this case, if this player did decide to take this card, which we will, we'll just place it right there on their board. They have two spots, incubators. That's what they're called, incubators. So they have two locations on their player board where they can hold eggs. And what you're trying to do is collect those resources necessary to be able to hatch it. Once you do, then it becomes kind of a set collection towards these end game goal. Well, they can trigger the end game, but these objective cards. So in this case, like this objective card is saying collect 15 coins. If you do, you take this objective card and you're going to get a bonus 5 victory points at the end of the game. Plus, each coin that you have is worth a victory point. So you're going to get victory points from the cards themselves and also coins that you collect. Like this one up here is saying that if you can hatch 2 yellow dragons and 3 blue ones, you would take this objective card. This one here is saying hatch any 4 types of dragons and have 10 coins, then you collect it. Hatch 4 of the green dragons, and that just is hatch 8 total dragons. These extras right here are just placed to the side. They're not in the game. Now, player 1 now is going to select a dragon egg that they're going to take as well, and this one's worth 7 points, so they'll just take it. Alright, so now what happens is that we are going to roll the dice. So let's roll, and I'll explain how the game works as we're playing. So anytime you roll a treasure chest, your rolling stops on that die. You don't get to re-roll. Now any of the other dice, in this case, I rolled a 1 coin. You can also roll water, and you can also roll fire. So basically that's the 4 sides: treasure chest, coin, water, fire. But you do have the choice to either keep this one or re-roll it if you like. However, with the treasure chest, you're going to have to spin this little wheel. And when you do, you're going to add more resources to each one of these locations where the little baby dragons are sitting. So right now there's already a fire that's here, there's a coin here, and there's a water there. But now it spins, and we're going to add an additional coin, an additional water, and an additional fire. And the reason that is, well, it'll make sense as we play the game. There should not have been a fire. Did I place it in the wrong spot? Okay. It'll make sense as we play the game as to why these tokens are coming out onto the board. Now, if I wanted to, I could re-roll this, or I can just take the coin. I'll just take the coin. It helps to try to meet 2 of these objectives that are at the top, right up here. And the game will end once 2 of these stacks of dragon cards are taken, or all 5 of these objectives. I've had it every time end once the 5 objectives has been taken. So, all right, so let's roll again. Anytime you roll doubles, you collect 1 additional. So in this case, I rolled 2 waters. Well, I don't just get 2 waters. I actually would get 3 waters if I decide to keep this. But I also have the option of using anytime a water, a fire, or a coin to take another dragon egg. And that's what I'm going to do instead. So I'm going to use this die right here. Now, if I wanted to, I could re-roll both of them, but I'm happy with this. So I'm going to use this water here to take this dragon card here, place it up into this incubator. Now I can't take any more cards until I hatch these. And then I'm going to use this one to just collect a water. And then the water has to go on an egg that requires water. So I'll just place it right there. So let's go back over to player 1. They roll the dice. And they got a water and a coin. So let's just stick with that. We're going to get the water, and then we are going to use the coin to take another dragon egg. So we're going to place it right there. So in fact, you know what? We're going to reverse that. We're going to use the water drop, and then we're going to actually collect the coin instead. Because, well, coins are victory points, and they work towards 2 of the end game, conditions with the, 2 of the objectives. I don't know why I keep saying in-game conditions. Not sure. So there are other types of egg cards. So if you notice, these are just straight up that they hatch that type of dragon. Now these, if you notice, player 1 has one of these already. These here have 2 dragon faces. The only benefit of these is that they allow you to collect the treasures of those 2 types of dragons once you hatch them. So in this case, it's a yellow and a red. You could take this coin and then this coin as well, or you could take this fire and that coin, whatever. But the thing is that you're just going to collect treasures for this because it's technically a dead egg. None of these will hatch dragons. They are only used to collect treasures. Now there will be other types of cards that are mystery eggs, and whenever one of those pop up, I will show you. But the mystery eggs are only used to complete objectives. So basically flip-flop. Whenever this one is used, it's just for treasures. Whenever mystery eggs, they're only for objectives, but you don't get to collect treasures with the mystery eggs. All right, so 2 more water. We'll do that so that whenever you roll doubles, you get to collect 1 additional. So we'll put 3 water droplets right there. So let's go back over to player 1. Another water droplet and a coin. Let's accept it this time. So let's put a water droplet and let's gather another coin. So let's go back to player 2. A fire and a treasure. Okay, so the first thing we do is we're going to collect this, this, and this. And the treasure box is going to spin the wheel. So let's spin it. Let's put our fire there. Let's put our coin there and our water there. And now they did roll a fire as well, so they can keep that, or if they wanted to, they could re-roll it. I say let's just keep it. So we'll put 1 fire token here. So once we get another fire token, that will be enough to hatch that egg. So hopefully we'll be able to do that here soon. All right, so another treasure box, which means let's put more treasure up here. So we're going to spin this little wheel, and then we're going to put in water. We'll put a coin and a fire. And now we did get another coin if we want to do that. Yes, let's just grab the coin. Okay. Okay, so now let's go with this player here. All right, so if you do roll 2 treasure boxes, just so you know, instead of spinning that, you take everything from one of the treasures, just so you know. And the only time you're going to have to decide, do I want to re-roll this one here? Because you do have the capacity of re-rolling it. This one's locked in at this point. But you could re-roll this one if you wanted to try to get an additional treasure box and just take that stuff. But in this case, I'm just going to keep with what I did. So let's go ahead and put more stuff up there on the board. This is actually the most I've ever placed up here this quickly. It's really going fast. So a fire and a water, which is good technically. And then we're going to keep the fire. So we're going to put the fire right here. And if you notice, we needed 3 water and 2 fire, which means we did hatch this egg. So let's take the resources off. We put them back into the supply. We take this card and we are going to hatch a blue dragon. At this point, if you had multiples out, you would see if you met any of the objectives. If you did, then you could take that objective card. The other thing you get to do whenever you hatch a dragon is that you get to take all of the treasures from that type of a dragon that are up on the board. So in this case, I could take a coin in a water or a fire in a water. I'm going to take a coin in a water. So we'll take that, place it down there. So, okay, so let's go back to player 1. And he just rolled 2 treasure boxes, which means basically he can just take all of the treasure from one of these locations. We're going to take the fire and the water from this red guy here. So we're going to place it there and there. Now, if I wanted to, I could have placed the fire over there, just so you know. But whenever you roll 2 treasure boxes, basically you just take whatever's up there and you're done. Okay, 2 water, which means I could technically take 3 water. Instead, what we're going to do is we could re-roll this if we wanted to. We could re-roll both of them if we wanted to, but I don't want to. We're going to use one of them to be able to obtain another dragon. Let's see, 4 points, 4 points, 3 points. Let's take this one. Okay, and then we are going to use this other one to just take a water droplet and place it right there. All right, let's go back to player 1. And 2 water droplets works perfect because we can use that because we're going to place all 3 here and try to get ourselves a dragon to hatch. All right, let's go back over to player 2. A treasure box. So let's go ahead and get that set up. We'll twist this. We'll put the water there, the fire there, and the coin there. And they did roll a fire, and the reason I went ahead and did that is because I do want to just take the fire. And we're going to place it right there. So All right, let's go over to player 1. A water and a fire. We don't need any water, so let's re-roll that water. And we rolled water again. So what ends up happening with this is that water, so I know I'm going to hatch a blue dragon, just so you know, but this water is going to have to go up here, and I get to place it wherever I want. I am going to place it, I'd like to place it somewhere where he's not going to be able to get, so I'm going to place it right there on that green dragon in hopes that I hatch this one to be able to get all that back. Regardless, I did put my fire here, which means we did hatch a blue dragon, so let's place it just right there. And we get to take treasures from any blue dragon. We only need fire, so we'll take this fire and place it right there. Okay, so let's go back over to player 2. And these resources should have went away. Apologize. Okay, so player 2 just rolled double again. So they're like, thank you very much for placing those there. I will take those. So they'll just take all those treasures. That's the 3 water they needed and 1 fire. And now they met the requirement to be able to hatch this one. So they'll put all these resources back. And remember, whenever it is an egg with 2 dragons, it's a dead egg, but you still get to collect the treasures from the board of a green and a blue. So a green and a blue means we can take and try to hatch this. We need 2 more fire. A green and a blue. So this green one, we can only take the coin because we can't hold any more water. And then this blue, we can't take the water, but we can take the 1 fire. So everything else has to stay. Okay, so let's go back over to player 1. Ooh, double fire. That works out pretty good. Let's go ahead and just do that. But remember, whenever we take more than we can hold, we have to put it up onto the board. So one of these is going to go up here. We will place it right there. And we'll put our other 2 fire there, which means that this egg did hatch. And that means, once again, a dead egg, but we do get a green and red. Unfortunately, in this case as well, we don't have the ability to hold any resources because we don't have any eggs. You have to have an egg to be able to do the resources. But it was a red and a green, so we can still take this coin. Green, unfortunately, has nothing that we can take at this point, so that's too bad. So now let's go back over to first player or second player. A coin and a water. We don't need water, but what we could do, let's take a coin and then let's use the water to be able to get another egg. Let's take a mystery egg. So mystery eggs, once again, whenever you hatch it, you don't get any of the treasures for that type of dragon, but it will be, and I'm not going to flip it yet because you can't see what you get until you have to hatch it first. It will be used towards objectives. So, all right, we'll place it right there. So let's go back over to player 1. All right, a treasure and a fire. Oh, let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the fire to be able to take this egg here, and then of course the treasure will be used. We don't have a choice on that because you cannot use a treasure box to collect a card, an egg card. So, all right, so let's go back to 2 fire. We can use that. Let's do that. Let's grab 3 fire out of here. Because remember, whenever you roll doubles, you get 1 additional of that. So, there we go. Let's go back over to player 1. As you can tell, turns can go really fast. So, we got kind of the same thing again. And we're going to do the same thing again. So, we're going to use fire to collect this one. And then we'll use the treasure box to just go ahead and put our stuff up here. So, that'll be a water. That'll be a coin and a fire. So, all right, so let's go back over to player 2. A water and a fire. Yeah, we could use fire. Yeah, okay, this works. So let's do water and a fire. So 1 water, 1 fire. So fire go there, water go there. That will hatch this egg. Put that there, put those there. This egg will now flip. Now we get a red. So we have bunches here that we can take from the red dragon. So that's an extra coin, an extra water, and now we have our 4 fire needed for that. We just need 2 more water. So, and of course, if we met any requirements, we would take that card. We don't though. So, All right, so let's go back over to player 1. So another treasure box. Man, he's getting really bummed out with all that, huh? Just keeps getting the same stuff over and over. I think we are going to re-roll this one here. And we got a fire instead, so no big deal. We'll put our fire there, and of course it's just going to rotate this. So let's put a coin there, a fire, and a water. All right, so let's go back over to player 2. A coin and a water. We could use the water, and yes. So let's grab a coin, and then instead of putting a water here, we're going to use a water to get a card instead. And I think I'll take this green one. All right. All right, so a fire and a water, and I'm thinking let's re-roll the fire. We got a treasure box. That stinks. Okay, so the water droplet I'll place there. We'll take care of that card in a second. Let's rotate this thing again. So it's water, a fire, and a coin. And now they've hatched a green dragon. So that means now they get to look up there and they get to take from any green dragon that they want. This one only has a coin, but this one has 2 water and a fire, so we want that instead. So 2 water and a fire. And now we'll go back over to player 2. Okay, a treasure and a water. Let's re-roll this one. Okay, so I got a fire instead. So put a fire here, and then of course we're going to put 1 out of each up here. Okay, now let's go back over to player 1. A coin and a fire. Well, we can use it, so let's definitely collect a coin. So I'll just keep 1, but I'm going to put those back. Just grab a 5. Okay, and then I think we're going to grab another egg. Let's grab this one here. Okay, all right. Now let's go back to player 2. Ooh, that's a lot of fire. Don't need all that fire though. That's the problem. But, well, yeah, we don't need all that fire. Let's re-roll them both. Fire and a water. That works better. Okay, so let's get a fire and a water. We're going to put 1 fire here, and then we'll put a water here. Okay, so let's go back over to this player. Fire and a water, same thing. Let's re-roll our water. Yep, got it again. So, okay. So let's put a water here and a fire there. Okay. Okay, let's go back to player 2. All right, let's re-roll this one. All right, got it anyways. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tight on money. That's funny, huh? And then we have to put all this up here. So let's spin this. Put a coin, a water, and a fire. Okay, let's go back to player 1. Water and a fire again, huh? So we could put the water there, the fire there. That'll hatch that. So let's do that. All right, so put a fire there, put a water there. This is enough to hatch this egg here. So let's put all these tokens back. That is a yellow dragon. So with a yellow dragon, we get to take from any one of these yellows up here. We have 2 coins, 2 water, and a fire there. We have 2 coins and water. Yeah, let's take these 2 coins. Unfortunately, we cannot take the water, but we can take the fire. So, all right. And now let's go back over to, we should have grabbed another card instead. You know what? All right, so a coin and a water. Let's stick with that. So we'll get a coin and then 1 water, which is now enough to hatch this one. But remember, mystery eggs, you do not get any treasures from up there. You just basically hatched the dragon. That is it. That's all. But now it represents any one type of those 4. So you can use it heavily towards objective cards. So that's the benefit of those. All right, so let's go back over to player 1. Ooh, double fire. Let's just collect 1 fire, and then let's grab another card. Let's just take this one. Okay. All right. Well, got a treasure box and a fire. And let's use the fire to collect this here. And then we will put this stuff out. All right. Let's go back over to player 1. A water and a treasure. Let's just try to re-roll this one. 2 treasures. Okay, that's better. So now we get to take any one of these locations up here. Let's take this one, which will give us 2 coins, a water, and a fire. I didn't realize that there was a fire under there. I think I just did put it up there a bit ago, though. So let's do this, just like that. So that is enough to hatch this one. So we'll flip that over. Now we have 2 yellows. We'll do that. And we get to take from any yellow, which unfortunately we can't do that because, well, we can't. But we are getting really close to be able to take in that one objective up there. So let's put those back, grab another fiver. And we're getting close to that one and that one to be able to do. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go back over to the other player. Treasure box and a fire. Let's see. Let's just try to re-roll that one. So now we got a water instead. So water, and then a treasure. So let's spin this. Okay. Let's go back over to player 1. Ooh, that gets you 3 coins. So let's do that. In fact, you know what? I just realized that only took 10 money. I have 4 dragons and 10 money. So he should have gotten this last turn. Sorry about that. My bad. So there we go. 1 objective is gone. Only 4 to go. And we are cooking with gas. So a coin and a fire. Let's do it. Okay, so actually, let's yeah. Just grab your fire, and we'll place it there, and we'll take a coin. Okay. Sometimes you re-roll and you get a treasure box, and it's like you just wasted your turn. All right, so I'm going to use a fire for this one, and then I'm going to use the water to be able to take another card. Let's take this one. Okay, and then that will complete this one. And it will be another dead egg, but we take from red and yellow. So red and yellow. Let's see. So we need 2 fire and 2 water. 2 water right here. And then what about red right here? Perfect. We have 2 fire and a coin. Okay, so, and now that'll represent one of each type. So we'll place it right there. Okay, perfect. But you don't get any treasures from mystery ones, remember? So we're not going to collect anything. All right, so we'll go back to this player. I rolled a coin and a water, so a water and a coin. Let's just take it, so, and then we'll just take the water. Okay, we'll place it there. All right, so player 1 needs some cards. So 2 fire, let's just take 2 cards. So let's grab another green, and this one's worth 8 money, so, or 8 victory points, so we'll grab it. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to player 2. A fire and a water, let's do it. So a water and a fire. So I'll place the fire there, the water there, which will hatch this one. Okay, and that is a green dragon. And now we get to take green from anywhere up here. We'll take from here. It gives us a coin, a fire, and a water. We'll turn in this 5. Get a fiver. All right. A water and a fire. Let's see if we can double up on that water. And we did not, but we did get a coin, which means now we have 15 coins. Let's put our water, we'll put it there. And because of 15 coins, collects this objective. All right, so let's go back to player 1. a water and a fire. So let's use the water to put here, and then let's use the fire to grab another objective card. We'll grab this one, or an egg. We'll grab that one there. All right, player 1. 2 waters. Perfect. So let's grab 3 tokens. Boop, boop, boop. Just like that. Okay. So just in case if you was wondering, you do get to, like, if you rolled 3 but you only needed 2 here and then 1 there, you can divide between the eggs as much as you want. You're not obligated to only place it on 1 egg. You can place it on multiple. All right, let's stick with that. So we're going to grab 1 water and 1 coin. Okay. Oh, and that hatched that egg. Almost missed that, didn't I? So let's put those 3 in there. 3 in there. Let's flip our dragon over. All right. Got a couple of them bad boys now, right? Cool. Which means we have now 1, 2, 3 towards that one. Almost that one too. So let's see. We have 2 yellow and 2 blue. He needs 1 more blue. And then basically he needs 1 more green for that. For that, he would need, well, yellow and blue. So, all right. So we were here. We hatched that. I think we were done with his turn because it was the mystery egg. So, okay. All right. So, fire and a water. Let's do that. So that'll be enough to hatch this one. So I'm just going to leave the resources in there. It's another green one. We'll flip that over. Now we get to take from green up here. We have a fire. Let's take that, place it there. And we do have now 1, 2, 3 green. Oh, we would need 4 green. We're still shy of that one right up there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hatched, which that's close. What about blue? 1, 2, and then 2. We would need 1 more blue or yellow. Well, nope, just 1 more blue to be able to get that one. So we're just a hair's breadth from all of them. So, all right. So let's go back over to player 2. All right, a coin and a fire. Well, let's grab the coin and then let's use the fire to grab another egg. Let's grab this green here. Okay. So now go back to player 1. Fire and a water. Let's take the fire and then let's use the water to grab this card. And 1 deck now is empty, which means once 1 more of these stacks is empty, that ends the game as well. So let's keep going. Whoops, dropped it on the floor. Treasure box and a water. So let's re-roll this one and a treasure box and a fire instead. So let's grab a fire, place it there. And then our treasure box, let's rotate this. Let's grab 1 of each. A fire and a water. Okay, so let's go back to player 1. I'm going to place this like that instead to give me a little extra space here in the center of the board. Oh, 2 treasure boxes. Okay, well, they automatically are just going to take, so we'll just take this stack of goods here. So that's 2 coins, 2 water, which they can only use 1. They have to put the other one back. And then 1 fire, which we're going to put it on this one so that we'll hatch that egg. And so that is now 1, 2, 3 blue and 2 yellow. So they grab this objective. And now they also are going to take from here, which was a blue dragon. So they're going to take this stack here. They can't take the water because they can't hold it, but they do get another coin and another fire, which means they're going to hatch this egg as well. And we'll make a red stack here. Okay. And let's see, that means they could take from red, and they could basically only take that coin. Almost got enough to get another fiver. They're killing it. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, they've already taken 1 objective, so they cannot take that other one. You only get 1 objective each round. So, but they're going to be able to get it their next turn. Whew, that's a lot of fire. So they need 1, 2, 3. So, yep, let's just take all that fire. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's go back over to player 1, and they are guaranteed an objective at the end of this turn. So 2 fire, they don't need fire. A fire and a water. So they get to place this wherever they want. We'll put 1 there and 1 there. And now what they're going to do, well, I don't know what I was thinking. We're gonna use those to get cards. I'm sorry. So this is worth 3, so we're gonna take that, and then that's worth 6, so we'll take that. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. Use them for cards instead. Okay. So a fire and a coin. We don't need fire. Let's re-roll that one, which is now water. Good. That's what we needed. So let's put a water over here, and then the coin, we will take that. Oh, and then he got that because he has 8 dragons. Okay. So only one objective left to go, and player 1's killing it. All right. So 2 fire. So that means he could put out 3 fire tokens. He'll do that. He's going to place one here, there, and there. Okay. So player 2, a water and a treasure chest. Let's just do it. So we're not going to worry about spinning that because a water basically is going to hatch this dragon. That will be the last green one he needs. He'll just take the coin from there, and that does give him that, which basically triggers the end of the game. All right, player 2 got their butts handed to him. And then we're not going to worry about spinning that because the game's over, because all the objectives have been taken. So, real simple. All you're going to do, take all your cards that you hatched. You're going to add up your little points in the corner. So 2, 4, 9, 17, 20, 28, 31, 32, 33, 43, 53, 60, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 78, 83 points for player 1. And then for player 2, $15, 21, 27, 32, 38, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 47, 47, 48, 49, 50, 60, 61. So there you have it. That is the game. That is Incubation. And like I said, this was sent to me by Luma Imports. It is by Synapsis Games, and it does play up to 5 players. What is my opinion of this game? I gotta be honest, I think it's pretty fun. I like it quite a bit. It plays fast, as you see. Turns can go really quick. The only bummer, I think, about this game is when on your first turn, if you do roll the little treasure icon, and if there's not enough treasure out there, it does kind of stink because it doesn't incentivize you to want to try to get another treasure box. You're just like, screw it. I don't need anything out there. But whenever it does hit and it hits right, as you could tell, you could score big because this player here was getting a lot of coins and a lot of extras from there. Anytime you have a game with dice, you have that random luck element that's going to be added into it. But what I like about this one is that it doesn't feel like it hurts you or impacts you quite as heavily as some of the other games that I have played. Now, I do also like the fact that if you roll doubles of a certain type of resource, you get an extra bonus of that. So like you can get either 3 fire, 3 water, or 3 coins. That makes the game go that much faster. And that's what I enjoy about the game as well, is that it doesn't overstay its welcome. You know, if this game would go an extra 15, 20 minutes, you would start to be like, God, is this ever going to start to end? But it ends at the right time. And that's what I enjoy about it. It is a fast-paced game where you don't really have to overthink what you're trying to do here. The game pretty well can just play without having to give it too much thought or having to deal with any type of AP issues. And the other thing I like about it too is that it is a game that I feel like can be inviting to any type of a gamer, you know, a heavy gamer or a newcomer, I think can sit down and play this. You have beautiful artwork, you have cute little dragons, you have the board that's kind of moving around and stuff up there, so it just keeps you pretty interested. So I like this one. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's given me enough to where I believe that, I can sit down and play and just enjoy what I'm doing without having to feel like I'm being pressured or that it's that heavy kind of experience, and it's not going to take that long. So you know exactly what you're getting out of this. So like it. I like it quite a bit. You know, it can be a bit random with the dice and depending on what type of dragons will pop up, but hey, you do have options. You know, do you decide to just not even worry about the objectives and go for high cost eggs to try to hatch those so that you get the most points from them? Do you decide to just go for coins because every coin you pass up and re-roll and you don't get, that is a victory point that you did miss out on potentially? So it's not that there isn't any decision making, it's just that the decision making is pretty straightforward and it is fast. I enjoy that quite a bit. So, all right, so if this is something that you enjoyed seeing, I give this one, my approval. I give it my stamp of approval. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's solid. There's not really any flaws outside if you just get unlucky and continuously roll treasure icons. I can see that being really the only flaw in the game. But outside of that, I think it's pretty cool. I like this one and recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I got several more coming. So if you haven't done it yet, do me a favor and hit that like button for me. When you hit the like button, it puts me to the top of recommended videos for YouTube's algorithm. And if you haven't done it yet, please, please, please hit the subscribe button. I got plenty more games coming up down the pike, or coming down the pike, and I'd like to share them with you. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.